Alright, and welcome along to the best of enemies.
My ball's flat. Hey, stop. I'm going to jump off.
Hey, you're looking trim though. What have you been in the
Well,
gym
you
now?
haven't. You've been running from the show.
I'm past caring if Tottenham even win now. I mean, Expressions FC.
Don Robbie is here in Saudi Arabia.
Man. Yeah, here we
Come
go.
to take over. What about your team?
It's not about Man United right now.
When was the last time you even won a game?
Saudi Arabia versus Oman.
I'm a Saudi Arabia, man. They ain't gonna let me down. What an exciting game. You were up. You weren't
That
wrong.
was offside. That was offside.
We are here today for the burial of Arsenal's Premier League dreams.
Let's start again. Hi, and welcome along to the best of enemies. How you doing, Rob?
How are you, bro?
Well, none of you two can talk to me because at least we challenge for the league. Al Riyadh, they're taking on Al Nassr today. Big game. One of the biggest games of the season.
You will never even win the Champions League.
Right.
Because we see things you will never see, Robbie.
Do you know how shameless you are, bro? You're supposed to be winning the league, but you're doing a hate-along, bro.
I've been chased by a tractor. You've brought in opera singers. When you say Tottenham, you put respect on us, blood, yeah?
Depart the room for about the next 5 minutes or so.
How?
Because we're going to talk about the Champions League.
Emotional.
Who would have thought a Tottenham fan, a Manchester United fan, and an Arsenal fan would get along? Well, sometimes.
Let's go.
What do you do with yours? I do unlimited football content.
Well, I do unlimited bragging.
Well, I do unlimited swiping right.
Well, I do unlimited doom scrolling.
Well, I do unlimited sliding into the DMs.
Well, I do watching TikTok on the bus without headphones unlimited.
Oh, God.
Yes, everybody, as you heard there, we've teamed up with Rocket Mobile to make the mobile phone plan for football fans in the UK. It's unlimited calls, text, data, and 20 gigs to use in the EU, abroad, whenever you go on holiday, all for just £16 a month. It's really cheap, Ella, isn't it? £16 a
cheap.
month. I'll throw you in the deep end there.
It's an absolute steal, people.
Plus, as
a
well,
steal.
Josh, I'll let you know as well, Josh.
What will you let me know?
Extra perks, content, and prizes
Amazing.
the minute you make that switch.
I'm switching right now. This
And
is
do
what
you know,
I'm
do you know how to make that switch? Is you scan that QR code on the bottom right hand side of your screen, or if you're watching on YouTube, click the link
Scanning
in the
it right now.
description or in the live chat to learn more about the fantastic deal. And we've got plenty to cover today on Live at 5. My name is Dylan, your host today, and we're going to be going through some of the weekend's games. And what I want to do is I've got a couple of Arsenal fans on the panel. I feel like I want to start with Arsenal versus Everton, and also the news that Arsenal have open contract talks with both Declan Rice and Urian Timber. Right move, I'm assuming, Josh?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely the right move. What are we talking about? Like, yes, secure these guys, secure them now.
Lifetime contracts. I want to see lifetime contracts.
I don't know about lifetime. We're not doing the Chelsea thing.
I was about to say, like,
Yeah.
Chelsea level, the
If I could get
the
Declan Rice on
on an 8-year deal.
contract, I mean, I'd be pretty happy. Maybe not for every player, but I want to tie Declan Rice down for as long as possible. I don't ever want him to leave.
In football terms.
In football terms, of course.
football terms.
In football terms.
In football terms.
I should make that clear. In football terms.
In football terms.
Yeah.
But so we were just having this argument about. So Rice is currently on about £240,000 a week, and Bukayo Saka has signed a new deal worth £300,000 a week. And so considering that Rice already isn't massively far off Saka in this, do you think Rice should be the highest paid player at the club potentially, or like should he
Equal.
overtake Saka,
Or equal.
or equal as well? But then what we
See, because the thing is
yeah.
no pun intended, Saka's got money in the bank because he's been here, came through the academy, literally, he was in the trenches
Right.
in the worst time. Do you know what I'm saying? This guy has played basically every single game since day dot. Like, if you look up the stats, it's ridiculous the games he hasn't played. You could probably count them on one hand. So he's definitely earned the money. But I hate the curse of the contract, fam, because, you know, it's just like, you know,
It's so
sometimes...
I've seen it so many times.
Bro,
Rashford,
even just
Shaw,
here,
Martial,
Mesut Ozil, Theo
Yeah.
Walcott, Aubameyang,
The
literally,
Aubameyang one hit so
literally
hard.
signed it and then ghosted straight afterwards, innit? But obviously, the club's different where it is now. Even just the wage structure of us getting rid of those kind of players and starting back at the beginning and then going, yeah, Saka, you've earned this. You didn't just join the club and we're putting you on 300 grand for no reason. Do you know what I'm saying? Declan Rice, the same thing. In the time you've been here, you haven't been like some bit part player. You've been helping carry the team to, which will hopefully be some success at the end of this season. So you've earned your contract and you've earned your money. So I think it's fine for him to.
Yeah, but one thing we were debating is that, because we were talking about, you know, will it be more or less than what Bukayo Saka's currently on? And I mentioned just before the show started, I mentioned that I reckon there might be a clause in this contract that gives him an extra bump if he was to then become club captain. There is a lot of talk at the moment about who is, you know, Arsenal club captain. Obviously, Odegaard has the armband. He was selected by the players a couple of years ago, I believe. It was like the players voted.
They vote at the beginning of every season.
Selected again,
Yeah, but and then there are rumours and talks about him maybe leaving the club or maybe having fallen out a bit with Arteta, and he obviously has an availability issue recently. And the one thing you don't want your captain to be is unavailable. Like with Bruno Fernandes, for example, at United, part of the reason he's captain or was given the captaincy is because while Harry Maguire had been going for a lot of injury troubles in and out the side, Bruno was playing every single week. He's always available. Even he had a hamstring injury and missed 2 games. Yeah. He came back after 2.5 weeks. And then I've always thought and I've always felt like Declan Rice should be and is the most logical choice for Arsenal captain, because obviously future England captain, he's already captain at West Ham. He won a trophy at West Ham as their captain. He's playing as a number 6, which is very often the best position for a captain to be, right in the middle of the pitch, right in the centre of the action, also always near the referee. Like, you never really see strikers as captains too much, or like left backs or wingers. It's always normally the players on the spine in this, like in that central midfield. And I reckon they may negotiate a clause here that, let's say Declan Rice is then voted in as the club captain, he would then get a wage bump as a result of that with the added responsibility.
Yeah, it is very possible. I think the thing with the captaincy at Arsenal, which I suppose is why maybe it's difficult to. Yes, Declan Rice is 100% captain material. We have seen that at West Ham, and you know he has worn the armband for Arsenal before. But I think the thing about our team is that we are like littered with so many players that are leaders, that are captains, and so yes, for me, he probably is a standout choice for captain. We do have so many players who would probably be fit to wear the armband, and so it's almost like, you know, yes, you're the captain and you wear the armband, but you can be the captain without actually being the captain. Like, he is our leader on the football pitch. Yeah. So it's like, how much do you actually need to wear the armband? Because you're going to do it anyway. He does it regardless.
But then you can also argue, if he does it regardless, he may as well be the captain.
Of course, but so many of them do. When
Odegaard's out, it's Saka that has the armband on it. And with no disrespect to Saka, every time it does surprise me slightly. That I know obviously he's Hale End, he's an Arsenal, but he is like Mr. Arsenal through and through and everything. But it does surprise me sometimes that I see that it's Saka that gets given the captaincy when Odegaard doesn't play, compared to either Declan Rice or someone such as Gabriel, or even someone like David Raya, who, like, you know, plays every week and obviously has a major influence on the team. I don't know if that's wrong from an outside of Arsenal perspective, or.
Well, I kind of half look at it as like internally, the way the players look at each other, they'll always look at someone like a Declan Rice or a Gabriel, people that project that kind of captaincy just in the dressing room anyway, regardless of whether they're wearing the armband or not. And as long as those people are on the pitch, it kind of doesn't matter who's wearing it. I think in general, footballers just look at that now. It's not like 20, 30 years ago when the guy who walked out with the armband on was the guy. Do you know what I'm saying? It was like, that's the captain. He says how we're wearing our kits. He says what time to be there. He says da-da-da-da. It's not like that now. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't think anyway, not as much. Because the way you have the older generation captains like Roy Keane, Tony Adams, stuff like that, and the way there are other players that played with them talk about them as captains, I don't see that in a Saka. Do you know what I'm saying? I see him as a good player, good servant to the club, but I don't see him as a captain. And I don't think the other players, even if he's wearing the armband, go, that's the captain.
I do suppose, though, it's like, because, you know, Saka is like Mr. Arsenal. He knows more than anyone on the team what the club means and what it means to play for the club. I suppose I understand the argument you're saying, because it's a little bit like, on paper, from what we see, Saka is kind of a little bit like the Odegaard type, where maybe not as vocal as you maybe would want from your captain. But it's difficult because we only kind of see maybe one side of it. Like, we don't see everything that goes on. We see, on the pitch what happens, and that's not the full extent of what a captain is about. But yeah, like if I think of Arsenal, I think of Saka. So I suppose.
Yeah, but then you'd expect him to put that into his performance on the pitch, especially if you're not actually the captain. Yeah, if you was playing for Man United, yeah, and you're not the captain, I went, oh, you're wearing the armband tonight. Are you not going to put in the best performance?
Performance of your life, yeah.
What did Saka do? Champions League. Your captain.
I can't hear Saka slander.
Yeah?
I
You're about to hear it right now.
I refuse.
You're about to hear it right now. Yeah.
Well, I mean, we can get on to obviously your performance in midweek, and then leading that with the game against Everton you got on the weekend.
Yeah.
Any worry about playing Everton at home? Because recently at Arsenal, the performance is obviously Spurs is a different story because it's Tottenham.
Everyone has a good performance against Tottenham.
Yeah, well, apart from us apparently. But obviously, but then of recently, like, I think it's not unfair to say that it's not like Arsenal have been overly glamorous in their performances, and sometimes it hasn't gone their way results-wise as well. And Everton are no joke of a team to come up against. They're also fighting for possible European spots.
Yeah,
they're like three or 4 points off seventh. I think it's like Brentford are in seventh on 44. They're eighth on 43 points. And if the Premier League get the fifth,
they're 5 points off fifth.
Yeah, but also if England get the fifth Champions League spot, that then drops Europa League to sixth, and then if the FA Cup winner is in the top six, seventh get Conference League.
Yeah,
so then suddenly Everton are fighting for European spots here, so it will be no easy game at the Emirates.
No, I don't think it will be. I don't think it will be easy, and I think just being realistic, because you have to just look at how we've been playing over the time, and there's been like this little bit of false hope, and I think a lot of Arsenal fans have had it where everyone thinks we're about to just kick into gear and start smashing teams or whatever. But I'm just like, get over that. It's not going to be that. We might have a game where we do, beat someone significantly or whatever, which would be good, because I feel like while we're playing the way we're playing, even though we keep getting over the line, I do feel like teams are playing us and they're going, we could get something here. Do you know what I'm saying? Even because they're always like, if they're getting a jammy own goal or a corner or a pen or we could get these. Do you know what I'm saying? So I need to see a bit more attacking impetus from us. I understand that maybe Mikel's looking at it and going, we've got a lot of games. I need these players to be fit. If we just keep bombing down and attacking, I'm going to wear these guys out before we get to the end of the season, which I hear that. But at the same time, I need to see something a little bit more. In the game the other day, it wasn't until Saka came off that I started... Martinelli clicked into gear in like the last 20 minutes. I was like, this is the attacking that I need to see. More directness, not this holding back going. It was like watching Emery ball again. Fucking, pardon me, bloody donuts. Bloody donuts. Just going around, holding the midfield, go back, recycle it, and no attacking kind of impetus. I need Gyökeres as well to kind of pull back, and when it's not working for him, when he's not getting any delivery from anyone, just pull back and say, oh, do you know what? I'm not getting the ball right now. I need to pull back. I think that's something that Havertz does and Gyökeres doesn't. So I need Arsenal to be a little bit more attacking, to just bring fear, because defensively we're good, but there's always a chance of a mistake could happen. You never know when a corner's going to happen, the ball's going to ricochet and it's just going to go in the back of the net. Yeah. You have to be ready for that.
Yeah, no, I hear it. And then, let's say, also some of the comments asking when Best of Enemies out, 6 p.m. And it's a great episode as well, by the way. Someone else on the panel might be on Best of Enemies again this week. But
I wonder. Yeah, guys, my first Best of Enemies appearance.
It's a very fun episode. X is... not a happy man, I'll say the least. He's not a happy man. Yeah, shockingly, he's not having the time of his life at the minute, and KG let him know. But score predictions for Arsenal versus Everton then. I'm going
2-1.
2-1 Arsenal. I was going to go 2-1 Arsenal. Because Everton, by the way, it's just David Moyes away from home. He'll have cooked up something. If it works, we don't know. We'll see. Obviously, our win over them at Goodison Park was 70th minute off the bench, Benjamin Šeško on the counter-attack. It wasn't an easy game at all, and this won't be an easy game either, I don't think.
Their away record is pretty good.
I think
Everton have got more points away from home.
Away record right now.
I think potentially, and they've won more points away from home this season than at home. So it'll be a hard game.
I a couple of weeks ago, when I was looking at the fixture list, I actually predicted we would drop points in this game. I predicted a draw for this game.
You still feel the same way, especially after midweek?
Based on performances I've seen.
You've gone away from home. They've not had a lot of football recently.
The performance against Leverkusen was actually garbage, and that's not even. That's
terrible.
That's an understatement, probably. Actually, it was genuinely garbage. I wouldn't be surprised if we draw this game. I really hope to God that we don't, because we still play before City actually, so we can.
Why are you saying believe after what you've just said for like 5 minutes?
Well, no, but I still think we'll win.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
Predicted 2-1.
We have to win. We have to win again. Like I said,
are you believing?
I'm gonna believe. I'm gonna keep believing, but I'm just gonna say I wouldn't be surprised if we draw this game.
Have you got a score prediction though?
I'll go 1-0.
1-0, fair enough.
It'll
Clean
probably be
sheet,
scrappy
1 goal.
and yeah.
Fair enough. And we'll move on to sticking in London actually. Chelsea versus Newcastle. This could be a fun game
That's a
because
cracker.
Newcastle, their league form hasn't been great, but against Barcelona, they were the only English team in Europe to give us anything genuinely. I think out of the 6 teams in Europe, having watched them all on the UCL watch-alongs and things, they were the only English team to have been unlucky not to do. Well, they're the only team that got a point. They drew with Barcelona. They didn't take their chances, but very unlucky, obviously, in the final moments, conceding a penalty. But Chelsea are at home. Chelsea were great against Aston Villa, beating them 4-1, and then got pumped 5-2 by PSG in midweek. It could be a difficult fixture, but Reece James has just signed a 6-year deal with Chelsea, which is obviously big news for them. He's obviously I would argue, one of their best, if not their best player at the moment, over the last season or so. Yeah. But this could be a very, very interesting game, and I wouldn't be surprised to see a high-scoring draw in this game.
Yeah, I see that as well, because I think Newcastle will be buzzing just off of that performance against Barcelona. Like, they were so unlucky. So unlucky.
Barcelona off the park.
I was cheering. I was doing the thing, and I was like, "Oh, they've done it! They've done it!" Penny, no.
It was so silly as well, and the way that it happened. Oh, it's just, yeah. Was it Malik Chow in the last?
Yeah, well, it was great from Olmo to he brought the penalty very, very well. But
it was blatant.
Yeah, I'm thinking possibly a 2-2 draw here or something.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
I think
Chelsea are at home, but Newcastle's away.
And they'll want to bounce back. They'll want to bounce back from that defeat, because they're not going to want the poor result like that to affect them carrying on in the Premier League, because obviously it's still all to play for.
Yeah, but this Newcastle's last 2 games, 2-1 win over United, 90th minute winner, which I was sat here crying about, and then also
with 10 men.
Yeah, also with 10 men.
Yeah, important
and also,
to
I know
note.
both games that have been at home, St James's Park is a really, really good boost for them. But their last 2 games, they've played very, very well. Lewis Hall looks like an absolutely fantastic left back at the moment. And yeah, I just think Chelsea, or as we saw, Chelsea conceded 5 from an XG of 0.87 or something, obviously against PSG. I can really, really see a draw here. 2-2 draw.
Yeah, I
Comments
agree.
also, by the way, get your predictions.
I do
in
think
as well.
Newcastle are massively underperforming this season in the Premier League. It's.
Oh, they have.
I definitely predicted them top 5, and they're sat in 12th.
They're 12th.
They're below Sunderland. I don't think anyone really would have predicted that at the beginning of the season. I think there's still a chance for them to finish strongly. And I
think that's what they might do. I think that's the pick up, because the season's been poor. It's literally not over till it's over, and as soon as you pick up a good run of form, you want to keep that with whatever competitions you're in or whatever.
Yeah.
And they know that they're going to want to not be worse off than they were last season. So I do think in the last few games that Newcastle's going to be one of the teams to watch for.
Yeah. Score predictions?
I'm going 2-2 as well.
2-2.
Panel agreement.
Actually, no.
Oh, you're so...
2-1 Newcastle.
Like to be difficult, don't
2-1 Newcastle.
2-1 Newcastle.
2-1 Newcastle.
2-2.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I like that.
I want to move on now to Sunday. To Sunday afternoon, the final game of the weekend. Sorry, penultimate game of the weekend, actually. Liverpool, Tottenham Hotspur, because Tottenham, it's getting worse. It's getting even worse. So now, their injury list. So Romero, his suspension is fine. It's lifted. But he's got concussion, so he's still not available. Mickey van der Ven serving a 1-match ban. So just to give you
Are you gonna list off? Are you gonna list off some players that I've never heard of before?
I'm going to list you every single player that's unavailable or a doubt for this game for Tottenham.
okay.
We got Christian Romero, unavailable, concussion. João Palhinha, unavailable, concussion. Udogi, hamstring, unavailable. Mickey van der Ven, unavailable, suspension. Mohamed Kudus, unavailable because of a thigh injury. Bentancur, hamstring injury, unavailable. Bergvall and Ben Davies, both ankle injuries, unavailable. Odobert, ACL, unavailable. James Maddison, ACL, unavailable. Kulusevski, unavailable, knee injury. Gallagher, a doubt with fever. And Yves Basuma, also a doubt with a muscle injury.
They're finished. They are genuinely
Beyond finished.
Yeah, this is
I'm
really
so excited.
Yeah. This is going to be cinema. Like, this could be like 4-0 Liverpool. It actually could be. And Liverpool haven't even been playing that well, and it still could be 4-0.
Yeah.
This is actually exactly what Liverpool need. When you're, not necessarily playing your best, just play Spurs, and you'll feel like everything's all right again.
Yeah, I mean, Ronnie Dodger said in the comments, Tottenham might know what a 7-0 loss feels like. Yeah, because I know that, to be fair. Actually, you know what?
Run it back.
That's also one of the only games I've missed of United in the last 5-6 years.
What, didn't watch it at all?
I was playing football for the second half. So I saw us go 1-0 down at half time. I had a football game then to play in the second half. I then broke my wrist and had to go to A&E I left Leicester A&E at 2 in the morning. And it was, as I broke my wrist, someone kept popping back into the room where I was, the emergency room, going, another goal, another goal, another goal.
Another one.
And I was sat there, just I had one hand, my wrist was flopping to the side. It was terrible. But Liverpool do have their own injury problems, but obviously just nowhere near as bad. So they've got Alisson's a doubt for the game, but Marmashvili is an okay keeper to come in, better than Spurs trying to change their keeper like Vicario or Kinski, like that. Oh, shocking stuff. But then Isak, Conor Bradley, Leone, Endo, Bajcic, McConnell and Danz are all out. But they'll be fine, won't they? Because their injury list is bad. They've got some of their bench players are injured, but a lot of their starting 11 are still fine. Yeah. Whereas with Tottenham, we can make a starting 11 of their injured players pretty much. If you want to throw, I don't know, Lucas Bergvall in goal or something, probably be as good or bad as Kinski at the end of the day. But for the most part, I do think that. Yeah, I can see, as you said, Ella, I don't know about how you feel, Josh, but a 4-0, genuinely a 4-0 here. Yeah. Or maybe 4-1.
Yeah, I genuinely think. I genuinely think
4-1. I can't. How were Tottenham going to score? It's just
no, but sometimes they get a goal,
pop up with something,
and it will already be 3-0 or something like that, and then they'll get the thing. He'll walk with his angry face like that, with the ball in his hand, going like this, put the ball on the spot, and then they'll concede 2 more goals.
But it's also, I think I want to say it's the highest scoring fixture in Premier League history. This game.
You want to say that, or it is?
No, I think it is. Do you remember that series where it would just be 2-2 between these two teams? Yeah. Year after year after year after year, it would just be 2-2 draws. What I can see happening is I can actually see Spurs scoring.
You and Chelsea.
I can see Spurs scoring, but what I can see is it'll be Liverpool go 1-0 up, Spurs will equalise, get man sent off, and then lose 4-1. That's where I see it happening, I think. Yeah, so Ella's gone 4-0. I'm going to go 4-1.
I'm going to go 5-2.
5-2. Another 5-2. We've seen
the Spurs scoreline, bro. That's their favourite scoreline.
4-0's flattering.
I'm saying it could be worse.
It could be worse. Or it can. It can get worse.
It can.
Yeah, so I think, we're all agreeing. Panel agreement. I'm sure people in the chat as well. People watching on Samsung TV as well are going, it's looking like a long day. Ronnie says he's sticking with his 7-0.
I don't mind it, Ronnie. I actually don't mind it.
I will applaud you. I will applaud you on Monday's show if it is. But, we may as well stick with Sunday as well. There's another game on, which is a big game in the Champions League race. It's Manchester United hosting Aston Villa.
Manchester United.
United will definitely win that game, I think.
This is the thing. So I said on Best of Innings earlier, I think 3-1, and I'm still sticking with 3-1 Man United because we lost to Newcastle. Yes, the performance was bad. Yes, recently our performances haven't been fantastic. But if I'm going on performances, Villa have been worse. They had to play. Actually, I don't know what the score was yesterday.
I think it was 1-0.
What was it? What we get? Yeah, 1-0. So they won 1-0 away, but it was away from home. Ollie Watkins in the 61st minute.
Finally,
we've not played in 10 or so days, and I've said before that I think although one game a week does help, there are times where it becomes, when it's 10-day breaks, 20-day breaks,
No
10 days
excuses
breaks.
for extra rest days. No excuses.
No, I'm just saying that sometimes it's not always the help that you think it is.
It's a blessing.
Like,
Arsenal could do it.
Well, no,
we
because
lose
remember,
2-1.
I've been saying this.
Yeah,
I've been
but one game a week is fine. But when you lose 2-1 and don't play for 10 days, it's just jarring.
Yeah.
Like, from a fan perspective is what I
Well,
mean.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
but
just
even,
jarring.
even for the player, this is what I've been saying from the beginning. I was like, even on top of that, the players being at their full match fitness is going to be a myth, because how are you going to, if the reports are true, of Carrick being, not as onto them in training or whatever, so that
Yeah.
they can perform better or whatever, then you're looking at having those minimal training periods and then going to a match and then having a gap with only training in there. You're not going to be playing to full match fitness. And then it could get to the point where, someone gets injured because, I'm not fully match fit.
Well, I mean, we've seen this. This has been my one complaint recently. We've seen it. Our intensity has dropped off a cliff in the last
That
month.
is actually true.
Yeah.
Against
That is true.
Arsenal and against City, our intensity was
Against
brilliant.
us? Oh, I was good. I thought you were going to say that was when it dropped. I was like, you were incredible.
No. It was against City and against
yeah.
Arsenal. Our intensity was out of this world. It was,
Yeah.
And that's the one thing that I have to begrudgingly credit Ruben Amorim for, in that he got these players fit. They were so, you could see it, like the way Dorgu was running around left, right and centre, and Boomo up and down, Ahmad up and down. I think Ahmad's been a miss in the game against Newcastle. It was a massive miss. He should be starting 100% over Mbeumo against Villa this coming weekend. He should be. I think it should be Cunha, Šeško and Ahmad should be our front three with Bruno Fernandes behind them. Mason Mount, he is back fit, but he's not good. Whatever.
Yeah.
Man. Like maybe he'll do something, but he's played 1 minute under Carrick since Carrick joined in.
Yeah, that's not ideal.
He's to play 1 minute against City, didn't come on against Arsenal when he got a knock in train. He's been out ever since. But it's the intensity has dropped off a cliff, so I really hope they have been working on that. Because if you don't play, Villa will come, they'll be tired, but they will come with intensity away from home. Unai Emery will set them up to hit us on the counter, win those second balls, win those second duels, and we need to be on it. I think we will be, and I hope we are, because we've had the break, we've had the rest time to regroup, reimagine how we're going to play some football, and then get back out there and play at home in front of Old Trafford crowd.
Yeah.
But that is the one worry that I have in this game.
I didn't actually realise you guys were on equal points. So it's a massive 6 points.
This is what's hilarious, is we lost to Newcastle and actually increased the gap between them, because their goal difference dropped further down after losing 4-1 to Chelsea. So we lost 2-1 to Newcastle, our goal difference dropped by 1. Their goal difference dropped by 3. But we were 9 points behind them, I think, when Carrick got appointed.
Yeah, it's been a major turnaround.
It's been ridiculous.
Yeah, even if the performances have dropped a little bit, and yes, that Newcastle loss was disappointing. You shouldn't have lost that game. I do think there'll probably just be enough to win this. Although Aston Villa aren't great either, but they definitely shouldn't be underestimated. They could
I'm
definitely
not
turn up.
underestimating them, yeah.
But if United are anywhere near their best at home,
We'll be
they'll
fine.
win.
We'll be fine. Yeah. I'm still sticking with 3-1. You said 2-1?
I'll go 2-1.
2-1, Josh?
Yeah, I'm saying 2-1 United.
2-1 as well. Will you be there?
I will.
You will be there, won't
will
you?
be there,
Yeah,
yeah.
with Flex. Nice. Heading back to Saturday, 8 p.m. kickoff. There's no 12:30 kickoff, by the way.
No.
I hate it when there's no
Oh.
12:30 kickoff.
Yeah, there isn't.
Yeah, there's no 12:30 kickoff. There's 2 3 p.m. kickoffs, 2 5:30 kickoffs, and an 8 p.m. on Saturday. And the 8 p.m. is West Ham hosting Manchester City.
Irons.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, you'll be supporting the Irons, I'm sure. But the thing is that Pep Guardiola, he does this every season, doesn't he? He'll have a loss. Obviously, their 3-0 loss against Real Madrid was disgraceful. They were terrible. They were good first 15 minutes, and they got Valverde'd by a player that I absolutely love. But Pep does this every single season, where they'll have a bad loss, and he will take it out on some unsuspecting relegation. Do you remember when they used to just roll Watford over every single season? Be 5-0 in 20 minutes kind of thing.
Yeah.
I know it's at West Ham, and West Ham are getting better.
I was going to say, am I delusional for thinking that West Ham might sneak a point?
I think West Ham have something
I
here,
think that's
but
what everyone's hoping for. But if you just be realistic,
yeah, it'd be 3-0
and you
after
can
half an
kick
hour.
yourself into it.
if you just be realistic, you know what's going to happen in it. We want West Ham to turn up, yeah. And do you know what? It might not be as easy, but this is what happens sometimes, and especially with Pep, you can never predict. He could galvanize these players. Do you know what, you guys? No, I'm not having that last performance. maybe I made a mistake moving some people in certain places. But West Ham, annihilation. That's what's going to happen. Yeah?
I think West Ham might make it difficult. That clip might age horribly.
They will make it difficult, but I reckon
I think
City
they might
will.
get something.
I don't, because the thing is I don't. It's not about West Ham making it difficult. I think people think that City, just because they're not as good as they were or whatever, that it's going to be. I wouldn't say easy for West Ham, but people are looking at West Ham going, oh, they're playing good now, so they'll be able to beat City because City aren't playing as good. Nah, I reckon it's going to be City, regardless of if West Ham turn up and make it hard for them.
I'm thinking
3-1. I'm thinking 3-1.
3-1.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I've been banging on about this for weeks now, but I look at Mateus Fernandes and I'm like, I need him in my team. Mateus Fernandes, I need him at United. I've been saying this for weeks and weeks.
But it might
weeks.
happen if they go down.
Yeah, but this is the thing: is I kind of part of me wants them to go down. But then also Spurs, it'd be so funny if Spurs went from Spurs going down. I want to see it from like a social experiment kind of point of view.
Yeah.
To be like, what happens to a big six club when they go down?
Yeah.
I want to see, are they able to still attract the players? Are they able to still be like some sort of
They were
attractive
talking about this
project
on the
to young
overlap.
future players?
Did you see?
Yeah.
How I think Gary Neville was saying like it makes it exciting for the Premier League seeing like a big club go down.
It's
and
just
the fact that like it's possible. Like
to me, it's the second most shocking thing to ever happen in the Premier League after Leicester. For me, we had it. I can't remember who we had this debate with, but I had a debate about is Spurs going down bigger than Leicester winning the league? No, it's not.
Yeah, it's not.
But
because they were so rubbish
second.
last season as well.
I do think it's the second biggest thing, or most shocking thing to happen. Obviously, Leicester's shocking in a good way. Everyone was shocked that they won the league. And this is shocking in a terrible way. But
Yes,
I would put it
Is
second.
it terrible?
But like,
Is it terrible? Then?
But as in, it's the other type of shocking.
Yeah.
Obviously not for Arsenal fans.
As in it's a negative thing.
Yeah.
For someone. That's
for,
not
for
me.
some people out there, like Abby Summers. Yeah. And
Positive
X, who,
for me.
he's had therapy today. That's a sneak peek for Best of Enemies.
regardless of the fact that I'm pretty sure I did predict Spurs to finish in the top 10 this season. You could argue that it's 100% been coming. Like, it's not actually that surprising because, like, last season was abysmal. Yes, there's been a change of management since that happened, and like, arguably, Ange was a huge part of why they were down there at that point. And people thought that was just a bit fluky because they were focusing on the Europa League. That's not going to happen again. You could say it's really been coming. Like, it's not that surprising that they are where they are.
Well, what it is was it was a so after they finished 17th, obviously won the Europa League, sacked Ange. It was a non-zero possibility that they ignored and is now happening. Is the way that I see it. It's not like there were because the signs were there. You finished 17th and you broke the record for most losses without going down. 22 losses without going down.
So many red
No
flags.
team has ever done that ever.
Record breakers, Tottenham Hotspur.
You didn't change the squad that much either. You added a couple players. You still have the same injured players.
And the thing is that they didn't.
And then you brought in a mid-table
They
Premier
didn't
League
prepare for
manager.
those injuries. Knowing the amount of injuries that they had the season before, one, you should be wary, especially with your medical team and stuff like that. You know how fit certain players are and if they're going to be able to play the amount of games that you need them for. And not investing in the right players in the right places, not to make the comparison to Arsenal, but clearly you could see when we failed to win the league over the last 2-3 seasons, when it was we had injuries to Tomiyasu, Ben White, etc. At certain times coming into the end of the season, when we went into the market, we bought players that could help fill in those roles. We've got players that can play in multiple places, in multiple positions, and aren't terrible there. Do you know what I'm saying? Not square pegs and round holes. Do you know what I'm saying? Even 2 years ago, most of our back line could play anywhere across the back line. Do you know what I'm saying? When you've got facility players like Tomiyasu, who could play right back, left back, centre back, he could go forward. Not the best player in the world, but
Ben White as well.
Ben White as well, centre back, right? Do you know what I'm saying? So I just think Tottenham always, they never they never prepare for a season properly.
Their recruitment has been miles
Do you know
off
what I'm
for
saying?
ages.
Their recruitment's been terrible.
Ages.
Disgusting. It's so bad. Their recruitment was just, who else are people trying to sign? Oh, Xavi Simons, what, Chelsea want him? Sweet.
No, not even. It's just championship
take
recruitment. It is. For like so many years, it's been like, let's just find some kids that will like.
Well, actually, what it is,
grow in our
I think
team.
Abby put it best to me. They kept buying the best player from the team that from teams that got relegated.
Actually, they bought from They bought
Because they've got Kudus after West Ham having been great for a couple of seasons. James Maddison
Wilson,
Could have
Odegaard
spent that money
from
better.
Burnley.
Yeah, exactly. It's all things like that.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, if you keep doing that, if you do that once or twice or a couple of times, like for example, like us getting Mateus Cunha from Wolves, but also obviously Mbuma had a great season and buying some other players here and there. Like you can do that, by the hidden gems. Like is me saying Mateus Fernandes from a West Ham
definitely
side.
you can
that get
recruit within
relegated.
the Prem.
You can do it, but if that's all you do is you recruit from teams that have been relegated to try and get players on the cheap, you end up with a team of players who collectively over the course of 5 years all got very close to relegation.
Yeah.
Lo and behold, you are now close to relegation.
Yeah. It's because if you
What
play,
do you expect?
If you play in relegation, you're gonna have relegation mentality.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? You're not playing for, when they say you need experience, you need winners on your team. Well, if you're buying a bunch of losers, do you know what I'm saying?
You're going to lose every single time. What game were we even talking about? Was it the West Ham City game?
Yes, you were.
West Ham City. Wait, so I said 3-1 City. You said 3.
No, you said 3-0. I said 3-1.
Oh, I said 3-0. You said
Yeah.
3-1. You said
Regrettably, I'm going 2-0 City.
2-0 City. There you go. Burnley, Bournemouth. Burnley are at home. Wolves, by the way, are 3 points behind Burnley. How mad?
I knew it. They're coming back.
Maybe they won't finish rock bottom after all.
Burnley are worse than Wolves.
Burnley can't go down. They've got the best food in the Premier League.
But they are going down.
Best food?
Best food in the Premier League.
Oh.
Burnley fans, got the best food in the Premier League.
Because Burnley are 9 points off West Ham, who are obviously above them, and 3 points above Wolverhampton Wanderers. Bournemouth are, to their credit, starting to get together again. Like their last 5 games have drawn 4, 1-1, but they were on an amazing run of form start of the season. They then absolutely just kind of fell down the table. They didn't lose. They didn't win a game for 11 or something under Iraola, but they're starting to patch up again. And I can see a 2-0 win for Bournemouth at Turf Moor. I think here.
Yeah,
A respectable 2-0 win because of all respect to Burnley
and the best food in the Premier League.
And the best food in the Premier League. You don't have the best defence in the Premier League. Don't have the best attack or midfield or anything in the relegation battle.
It's all right. They got screens.
Burnley have been doing this weird comeback
What's
thing,
that
though.
got to do with football?
Nothing. Well,
you just big up Burnley.
You can see the facts as they're displayed.
Is this why you walked in with a Burnley kit on?
Yes.
Earlier on, yeah. He walked in the studio, by the way, with a Burnley kit
Burnley fan.
Burnley
fan.
Best food. Best food in the Premier League.
Never heard that one before.
No, it's true though. It's true. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, the chef there. Yeah, he used to work at Manchester United. That's probably why Ronaldo was complaining because he left. Yeah.
To Burnley.
He's gone to Burnley. He's worked everywhere. Bro, if I could remember his name, I would big him up. He's worked everywhere. He worked England, Man City, Man United. He's the best guy, bro. Yeah, they have food from around the world.
But
it
Josh,
changes.
I need a score prediction from you here.
Sorry, Burnley. Best food in the Premier League, but you're losing 2-0.
2-0. There you go. There you go. So I said 2-0. I said 2-0 for Bournemouth as well. Much to add to that, Ella?
Well, I just think because Burnley have kind of been on a bit of, they've got a remontada in them. You look at the Palace
They have been annoying recently.
Well, yeah, they're showing a bit. They are showing spirit.
And they had the Brentford madness game.
Arguably,
they did get shafted that game big time.
Yeah, they should have won that game. To come back from 3-0 down, it was. That does show signs of a team that's not willing to accept that they're just going to lose games because they're not good enough.
Fair enough.
They've definitely got a bit
really
of
think
fight.
about that.
It could be a draw this game.
Also, they've got the best food in the Premier League. They're winning 2-1. Josh, you heard it here first.
Might say just get offset.
Yeah.
Josh has changed his prediction.
Best food in the Premier League. Yeah, feed it to the players.
Okay, maybe.
I'm gonna go 1-1.
You kind of swayed me here, but Burnley games have goals.
Okay, 2-2 then, sure.
No.
Or 3.
More,
3
4,
you want 3-all. 3-all. 3-all.
I'm going to go... I mean, I know I said 2-0. Maybe I'm going to change maybe 3-2 now.
In the Premier League.
To Bournemouth.
To Bournemouth still. I still think Bournemouth will win the game.
That would be a patter. That would be... Yeah, that feels appropriate.
Josh.
Korean chicken wings.
What's Sunderland's food like then?
Don't know. Ain't been to Sunderland.
Ain't been Sunderland.
Haven't been to Sunderland, no.
Haven't been to Sunderland. Stadium of Light.
Yeah, stadium of light years away, bro.
Stadium of miles and miles and miles.
Light years away.
Stadium's a long time away. But Sunderland are hosting Brighton. Brighton, by the way, if they weren't already safe, I think they would be in this relegation. They are terrible.
They've been poor.
They have been horrible, Brighton, in the last few months.
They gave us a game.
They gave you a game.
They always do that to us, though.
Yeah,
no, they always give us a
Brighton's
game.
football recently,
What, the
in the
Annex?
last couple months,
Just in
it's
general.
been poor.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, they're not great.
Yeah,
they
they've
are
been
not
poor.
great.
They really have been poor, I think. Like, they're fine. They're 14th. They're on 37 points. They are 9 points away from West Ham and Spurs and Forest. So
Arguably,
they
Sunderland
will be
have
fine.
dropped off a bit, though, as well.
Sunderland have dropped off as well, but they've had injuries. They've had AFCON.
Yeah.
Sunderland, they've lost, but and then
And
drawn a win
let's be
most
honest,
recently.
they're overperforming
They
what anyone
performed
think they'd do.
massively first half of the season. They were great first half of the season. They were absolutely fantastic. The way, obviously, they were the team to beat your unbeaten streak, weren't they? Also, your winning streak, sorry.
Yeah.
Then they were at the Stadium of Light. They was, I don't know if they're still unbeaten at the Stadium of Light. They might. Oh yeah, no, Liverpool broke it, didn't they? Liverpool were the first team to win at the Stadium of Light this season. But Sunderland have dropped off. Brighton have dropped off.
This game screams a draw.
But it's at Sunderland. Would you not say
Still.
that gives them a big help?
It might, but I'm not sure how good they've really. They lost 3-1 to Fulham recently at their ground.
Yeah,
It's not ideal. Yeah, they've just dropped off, even at home. I'm going to go 1-1.
A 1-1 draw. That feels about right. But Sunderland are unbeaten in their last 9 home matches against Brighton since April 1981.
That is an interesting stat.
That's an interesting stat. Sunderland sit 11th in the table, but ranked 19th in the XG table.
Ooh, that's not a good start for them.
And obviously they lost to Port Vale most recently as well.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've conceded 34 goals despite conceding an XG of 42 goals. Sunderland, really, yeah.
They are still above Newcastle though, so I
They
suppose
are still
that
above
just-
Newcastle. But I mean, they are being carried massively by their amazing start. It was one of the best starts I've seen from a promoted
incredible.
side in years and years and years.
It threw us all
Yeah.
off massively.
Yeah. No, you know what? A 1-1, I think that's actually a very respectable prediction, that. I can't see either team having the firepower to really take hold of the game and win it. And if one team does, it'll be because the
It's
other
like they
team have
cancel
been
each other
worse.
out a little bit.
Yeah, it's a bit of like a fight
There's
of
sort of
just teams who
similar-
aren't playing that well.
Yeah, similar playing field, I think.
Yeah, I agree with a 1-1. Got anything to add to that, Josh?
Nah, pretty much covered everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic. We've covered Saturday now, actually. Let's move on to the other games for Sunday. No, Mallorca Espanyol. No. Crystal
Majorks.
Palace against Leeds. This could be fun. Another 2:00 kickoff. Crystal Palace, obviously, they are playing in the Europa League. They played in the Europa League last night. Leeds did not. But it's at Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace are looking to retain their rightful place in the Premier League as 12th. They're currently 13th. They would want to be getting one over Newcastle, who are playing Chelsea. It might not be Chelsea. So Crystal Palace could try and, as I said, reclaim their spot in 12th in the Premier League, which is where they belong, where they've always been.
But it's funny you say that, because when people say, what place do you think of when you think of Crystal Palace, 12 is literally the number.
Yeah,
Really?
Crystal Palace. Yeah.
12?
Yeah, I just go like, if
They
there's a
have
team
a
that
chance
owns
about
12.
finishing 12th.
See?
That's
There you go. I
really
didn't even know
I
that.
don't know that.
It's 12th again, who gives an F. We won the FA Cup. They have a whole FA Cup chant about always finishing 12th.
That's ridiculous.
It's where they belong.
Yeah.
Nowhere near European spots, but
Like,
also
literally,
nowhere near relegation.
I literally think of Crystal Palace and I think of the number 12 and Roy Hodgson.
Yeah.
Like, literally.
And Elise.
Those are appropriate associations, I think.
I just think, he was just
Zaha,
always there.
Elise.
Yeah. He was just always there. What do you mean he went and then he came back?
But they Strand Larson, by the way, seems to be hitting a little bit of form with them. He scored a couple goals recently.
Whenever I think of Strand Larson, I think of the video of the
video,
guy.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Have you seen that video?
No.
Strand Larson,
Whoa. Strand Larson. Whoa. If you're Newcastle, you're not gonna sign.
You're not gonna be able to get him off us.
It's one of my favourite. It was the Palace used it
Yeah,
as
the
the
announcement
announcement
video.
video
So
for
good.
signing Strand Larson.
They had to do it though. It's so obvious.
It's one of the funniest videos that will come out of the Premier
It
League
is.
this season.
Sorry, yeah.
put it up after the show.
It's gold. But he's hitting form. Sarr is back. Obviously, Palace dismantled Tottenham Hotspur last Premier
Shock.
League game week. Yeah, shock. I predicted Spurs to win that game.
Why?
Did you?
Because
Why?
I was like, you know what? Palace have been so up and down. Spurs
Actually, to
are
be
at
fair,
home.
I thought they were actually going to win that game as well.
I
I
didn't.
think.
I thought they were gonna-
I said something about Tottenham, Leeds of the South, Palace going to win 20-0.
Sounds
and
about right.
Palace are now playing Leeds of the North.
Yeah,
Leeds.
Yeah.
Are we
Leeds of the
backing?
North
Are we
Leeds.
backing Palace? Because I'll
Oh, of
back
course,
Palace for this game.
Palace are going to win.
Palace
are
at
gonna win.
home.
Palace at home. They're winning.
They are. I think they've gone through their horrid. I think they're on the other side now of their like horrid start to this season. Because I mean, I've said a number of times, worst January a Premier League club I think has ever had, in terms of losing their captain for like £20 million. Their manager then also announcing he's going to leave the thing. They didn't win a game from like the 6 weeks or whatever it was. It was terrible. Like, it was as far as January's go, it could not be, because they needed players and they just sold everybody. They didn't sold everybody, but they sold their captain. Barely spent 80 million on Strand Larsen and Brennan Johnson.
Who has done nothing, by the way.
Who's done absolutely nothing. Strand Larsen at least has done something, but like 80 million quid on those. And then they brought in Gusand on loan from Aston Villa, and he scored a couple 90th minute winners. They were unlucky possibly not to get a point at Old Trafford. Obviously, Maguire got sent off, penalty, blah, 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 blah. But no, I would definitely back Palace here. Because Leeds, they've only won one of their last 5.
2-0 Palace.
are at home.
They're going to get sucked back into. They're going to get sucked back into the relegation battle.
Leeds?
Yeah.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Where are they in the table, actually?
Are they not like 1 point, 2
they're
points off?
15th. They're 2 points off Spurs. They're
I need
They're
Leeds
basically
win.
in the battle, bro.
They basically are in the
They're
battle.
in the battle.
Actually,
That's
aren't
what I'm
they?
saying.
Because they're 3 points off
Look at
relegation.
Leeds and North and Leeds of the South.
Leeds and North and Leeds
And they're
of the South.
literally
15th
Leeds
to
and North.
16th.
They're on top, just like real life. Yeah. Telling you now, mate.
Geography
That's
for you.
true,
now.
actually.
No, I can see Leeds losing this game like 3-1 or something. Leeds are leaky.
Yeah.
Because it's funny, you think about all those good results Leeds had, they were just draws. You know, they drew to United, they drew to Liverpool, they drew to Chelsea.
Defensively, they were decent against City, though. I thought
They
was
were
quite
okay,
recent. Like
but-
they were like for the majority of the game. City didn't really look like they were going to. I thought
yeah, but
Leeds
City
set
have
up
been
quite
terrible
well.
the entire season.
Yeah, but I don't think
Like,
Palace are better
comparatively.
than City.
No, but I can see Crystal Palace. They're looking to get back. They look like basically the big thing is Sarr is back, and Sarr looks good. He was. I know it's against Spurs, so Spurs tax, but Sarr was amazing. Wharton also, the 2 assists that he got against Spurs.
He's
were
so
beautiful.
good. He's so good, though, Adam Wharton. Like, he's really good.
He's very, very good, and I've been jokingly slandering him for a couple months. But like in all honesty, like I don't think he's better than Elliot Anderson, for example. Elliot Anderson is, I think,
you never.
I think
talk
Elliot
about
Anderson is a
Elliot
level
Anderson.
above everybody else in that kind of like midfield battle for like all the transfers this
and
summer.
he's definitely City bound in the summer.
Well, Anderson, don't remind me. I'm gonna hate it. But no, I'm thinking like 3-1 Palace here.
Yeah, I'm going the same.
I'm going to stick with
And then
my
you said
2-0 and
Palace.
Strand Larsen to score. Just
Strand
for
Larsen to score,
vibes.
there you go. Anyone FPL advice? You got FPL advice here from Ella.
But don't come back to me when he doesn't score. Don't
On
blame me
Monday
when it
morning
goes wrong.
on AFTV. Nottingham Forest are hosting Fulham. Now this is genuinely a very interesting game.
I need Forest.
Forest rise.
Yeah, rise like a palm tree, all the way up here. Yeah,
They actually could as well.
believe this is what I need. And Fulham, I even need you to go. Yeah, we already moved to Tottenham, innit? We're on a break this week. Where are Fulham in the table?
Fulham, they are. Oh, let me get it up.
10th. They're actually
10th.
doing decently.
Yeah, so but Fulham first half of the year, like the first 6 weeks or so, I think they were like 2nd or 3rd in the form table. I think when we played them, it was us and Fulham were the two of the top 3 informed teams in the league in the last like 5-6 games or something. I think Marco Silva's a quality manager.
Yeah.
I think he's a great manager. Fulham didn't have a great start to the season either, but they're 10th. They're doing okay. They're level on points with Bournemouth. They're what? 4 points off possible European spots. That race for European football. We can talk about Rocket Ranks and do that.
I think I want Forest to win, but I don't think they are going to.
I mean, Forest haven't won in their last 5.
Yeah,
They've lost 4 of them. Lost to Fenerbahce, lost to Liverpool, lost to Brighton, drew to City, hilariously, lost to Midtjylland.
They still got to play Tottenham, innit?
They still are playing Spurs next weekend.
Their form is not good recently.
Or that next Premier League match
if
week.
Forest can get a draw in this
just get
game,
something, get the belief
get a
going.
draw, just so you could go to Tottenham and be like, hey, if they draw this game and they win the next game, if they beat Tottenham, do they go above them?
Yes.
this is what I need.
Yeah, with Josh, the Spurs.
This is what I
the
need.
Spursiest thing is actually that they lose against Fulham and then their form is so bad and then they beat Spurs.
This is the thing: is if we are predicting Spurs to lose, and then let's say you're predicting Nottingham Forest to draw this game, they go level on points, but Nottingham Forest have a worse goal difference.
Yeah. So they need to
unless
win.
Spurs concede
12 goals at Anfield, which is what we predicted. Come on.
It's possible. It is possible.
But
Anything's
they would be
possible.
level on points with the two teams then facing each other.
That is
It's getting so interested down there.
That is actually about
Let's get
mentality.
my popcorn out, fam.
Yeah.
Well, this is the thing is that, and if West Ham can get a draw against City, it would be Spurs, Nottingham Forest, and West Ham all on 29 points.
Oh my
each.
God, give it to me. Give it to
Outrageous.
me.
It's I cannot believe. I can't believe. I know I've talked about it so much in the last month or so because it is the conversation. It's Tottenham being in the relegation battle.
Why are they back up there?
Huh?
Yeah, and why are they not
Yeah,
upside
but it's
down?
because Haas.
They
by
need
the
to
way,
be upside
Haas
down
said,
the entire
Haas-
time.
well, and he turned it round as well.
Yeah, turn it upside down.
Upside down. I told
It's
you where this
gone.
belongs.
It's gone. All right.
Down. We're going back down.
Down.
Yet again. Well, I mean, what was it? I think Haas, production Haas said that they're winning against Liverpool.
What?
Yeah.
He's probably already
He
left.
said-
He's
Is
already
Haas
left the
okay?
building.
He said 2-1.
Haas,
He said 2-1 Spurs. And then he also said they were beating Forest 5-0.
Okay,
Nah.
Haas is not well. That's
No,
fine.
okay, actually, no,
Nah.
okay, he didn't say that. But, he said they win against Liverpool, which obviously I do not think they're doing. But you want Forest.
Say that.
You want Forest to get a draw. I have no idea. You want Forest to get a draw, but will they get a draw? What do you actually predict will happen?
I think Forest is winning 2-0.
You want Forest to get a draw, but you think they'll win?
No. I think Fulham will win 2-0.
Fulham will win 2-0.
Oh.
Okay,
Yeah, but
because
I want the
I was
draw.
going to say the same thing.
Yeah, I want the draw.
Forest are probably going to end up sacking Vitor Pereira at some point next month and then getting another manager in.
Another one.
They should get Thomas Frank in and Frank wins on the final day.
Oh,
Frank then plays Spurs.
Oh
Frank then
my
plays
gosh.
Spurs and beats Spurs.
I wouldn't be able to take it. I wouldn't be able to take it. And do you know what would make it even worse here? You know the jokes about Thomas Frank being an Arsenal fan,
Yeah.
The fact that he would be Nottingham Forest manager, the team that gave us our first kits, the red and white that came from Arsenal, and then he goes there and then beats No. You can't write it. This season, in terms of, say what you want about in terms of football, but in terms of drama, this season has had so
very
much
funny.
So much drama.
Yeah. If there was more of a title race, it would have been absolutely
I'm
perfect.
right with that.
Yeah, I know you lot are all right with it.
Yeah,
but
well, good. See,
No
the race
title race,
is at the bottom.
please.
There's still a race. It's just not where
there's
you
a
wanted
race,
it to
but
be.
it's just who's going to pull their hamstring first, effectively, isn't it?
Yeah.
It literally just who's going to injure themselves first. But yeah, I think like 2-0 Fulham or 2-1 Fulham.
Fulham
yeah.
also going out of the FA Cup to Southampton.
Yeah, because they made 9 changes because they're stupid.
I don't know why they did. Why?
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
silly.
it's so
That was
dumb.
silly.
It
That
was
was
so
very
dumb.
Spursy.
It was so dumb.
It was very
They've
Spursy.
lost
But no,
their
but I
last
think-
two
I
games
think-
1-0 as well.
I think Fulham are going to win this 2-1.
Yeah.
2-0. No,
I'm saying
yeah,
2-0.
no,
I'm saying
2-1.
2-0. I'm saying
2-1.
I'm going 0-0.
Interesting.
Believe.
I feel like no one ever says 0-0 when
No
they
one ever said.
predict
Who wants
football.
to predict a 0-0 draw? Man?
I'm going to. I'm going to
Maybe in an
stand
Arsenal
out and
game.
predict a 0-0.
Also, before we do the final prediction for the game on Monday Night Football, which is Brentford versus Wolves, I want to do a little bit of rocket ranked about 7th place here, because the top 6, Arsenal, City, United, Villa, Chelsea, Liverpool, are probably going to stay in those 6 positions. But should one of them win the FA Cup, and should there be a 5th Champions League spot going to the Premier League, then I think, well, the 7th will be between Brentford, Everton, Bournemouth, Fulham, and then maybe Sunderland, because Bournemouth, Fulham, and Sunderland are all on 40
Wait, how many
points.
points off are Newcastle to the top 6 or top 5?
They're on 39. 5th is
points
on
off.
48. Newcastle are too far away. This is what I mean. I think
Yeah,
the
it's a
top
big
6 will
off.
stay the top 6, but this is its 7th place could get Conference League.
Could Newcastle do a late charge?
Well, this is what I'm going to. So I want to ask you guys, number 1, 2, and 3, who are the most likely clubs to finish in that 7th spot? Because in my eyes, it's Brentford are the most likely team to finish there.
Which is mental, by the way.
Which is beautiful.
I
for Keith
genuinely
Andrews.
predicted relegation.
Yeah, so did I.
It's crazy how well they've done this season. Like Keith Andrews, some job. That is actually some job that he's
They
done.
always seem to do that as well. After someone comes in and steals a couple of their players or whatever, they seem to
just spawn in others.
Yeah, it's
Like, what do you mean you've got you had Thiago last season as well?
Yeah, but even before when before if you go back Mbumo, before you go Mbumo and then you go Ivan Toney and then you're going. Wait, hold on, you still got another. They just unlock people all the time.
They sold Watkins. And it was like, oh, you sold your big striker, and then they spawned Ivan Toney in.
Yeah.
And then they sell Ivan Toney. They spawn Wissa and Mbumo in. They sell them, and suddenly you've got Igor Thiago possibly going to end up with a golden boot because Erling Haaland doesn't know where the net is anymore.
That's true, actually.
So my rocket ranked for 7th place is I'm going to go Brentford, the most likely to get it. Then Everton, because I think the job that David Moyes is doing at Everton is incredible, and it's another case of people don't quite understand it. When West Ham got rid of him, I thought it was mad. And look at West Ham now.
Yeah.
I think Everton might end up following a similar fate if they were to get rid of David Moyes, because they aren't the 8th best team in the Premier League, I don't think, but they're in 8th and they're doing great.
But that's the other thing as well, is that the same way Crystal Palace, I think of them being 12th. Everton, I always think about them being like 8th to 10th.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm
every
just
single
like,
time.
And the other thing with that, the same way I see Roy Hodgson, I see David Moyes. Because obviously when I was growing up, David Moyes was at Everton
for like 18
do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I couldn't imagine
genuinely.
him being anywhere else. I was just like, these guys belong together. We belong together. Yeah, now he's back and he's doing the exact thing that he's meant to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm steadying the ship. I'm keeping us there. Do you know what? We're not at the top flight team, but we can be in and about Europe and be in the conversation maybe. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear it. But I think, my rocket rank 7th, 8th. Was most likely to get 7th. Brentford 7th, 8th. And then I think Fulham, are more likely to get that spot than either like Bournemouth or Sunderland.
I'm saying Brentford. I'm going to say Everton, just because the run's good, and I feel like Newcastle's going to have a charge and they're going to come back.
No, I forgot about Newcastle.
I think Newcastle, they could even pip Everton.
If they go out to Barcelona as well next week, they'll then have just the Prem.
Yeah.
I don't even. Newcastle's in the FA Cup.
Are they?
I actually don't know.
Fact check.
Quick fact check.
I don't think they are.
They got knocked out to City. Oh yeah, of course they did. Yeah, they knocked out to City in the last round. So if Newcastle go out to Barcelona, then suddenly that's the only thing they've got left is a possible late charge for Europe. I
think they just need that because their form's been poor recently.
Everton, Newcastle was top 3 most likely clubs to get that 7th spot.
Yes, but
I do think Brentford are very, very more likely than the other. Yours is different.
Yeah.
Okay.
For some reason, I feel inclined to go Everton, then Brentford.
Really?
Yeah.
Based on?
I don't know. I think that might be wrong, but I think going into the last couple of games, I think Everton are more likely to rack up a bit more of a streak. I think Everton.
But Brentford have basically Ouattara and Igor Thiago.
Well, let's look at their remaining fixtures quickly.
Dango's also great.
Brentford have still got United, City, Liverpool.
Okay, interesting. And Everton.
I didn't actually know that before I said that, but that's.
Everton have Arsenal, Liverpool, and City still though as well.
What are Newcastle's fixtures?
And then Newcastle's fixtures with the remainder of the season. Let me just get them up quickly.
They might make a.
They've got Chelsea away still. They've got Arsenal. They're also playing Bournemouth and Sunderland, who are 2 of the other teams that we're talking about.
See, Newcastle could make a late.
See, that's what I'm saying. The charge.
Newcastle could finish 7th.
And they've also got Fulham final day of the season, so actually it could come down to that as well.
I think
Best of Enemies dropping in literally just a few minutes. It should be just after 6 p.m. Best of Enemies coming out. But yeah, so that's our rocket ranks, and we'll wrap up by talking about Wolverhampton Wanderers, who are going away to Brentford, the team that we've just been talking about as well.
Ooh, Wolves, the resurgence.
Do Wolves have something in their locker for Brentford?
Away from home, though, I'm not sure.
This is what I'm saying. Away from home,
we say that, but
at the Molineux they've been getting some results, but away from home to Brentford, even you guys probably should have lost that game. Igor Thiago's radar was on Mars that game. We lost there 3-1.
We were rubbish against Brentford and Wolves.
Yeah, this is the two teams that actually have done a number over you. I don't think there's
Brentford
much
will be
here.
right.
Igor Thiago has 21 goals this season. Crazy.
It's ridiculous.
Brentford have also, here's a little fun fact, been awarded the most penalties in the Premier League this season with 8.
So I don't want to hear any Brentford fans being like, we never get decisions from the refs.
Why?
run that.
Have you heard Brentford fans
Just
complaining
saying,
about
there's no
decisions from refs?
There's no excuse.
I don't know any Brentford fans, so
I'm just
I
saying
haven't
there's no
heard any.
excuse because all fans like to say that they don't get given stuff by the refs, but Brentford fans, if there are any watching, there are no excuses.
But it goes as well. When you win a lot of penalties, it means you're in the final thirds doing what you're meant to be doing, causing problems.
That's
You know what I'm saying?
Well, they've got some tricky players like Ouattara, Shada, Damsgaard, Thiago. These guys in the box who can do the business like that.
Yeah. I see them winning anyway.
I think Brentford are going to win this game.
I'm saying 2-0.
3-1 or something.
Yeah.
I'm saying 2-0.
3-0. I'm going to go 3-0.
I'm
Actually,
going 2-0.
I'm going to go 3-1.
3-1, 3-0, 2-0. There you go. Well, that is this weekend's Premier League predictions. Hope you guys have enjoyed. If you're watching on Samsung TV or watching on YouTube, if you are watching on YouTube, remember Rocket Mobile, £16 a month, unlimited calls, texts, and data. Regardless, Josh and Ella, it's been a pleasure. Thank you guys for coming on.
It's
Hope
been
you guys have
lovely.
a great weekend. Thank you very
You
much. There's
too.
also plenty of content coming up on DR Sports. You got maybe Saturday football show. We're doing a watch along for the for the Liverpool Spurs game as well. Make sure you check that out. FCM Sunday evening, I believe, as well. Then Monday weekend roundup, and then I am back here for Live at 5 on Monday evening to go through the weekend's games. Probably, hopefully, troll FJ again. Apart from that, I'll see you guys. Production just saying when's Best of Enemies. Best of Enemies is dropping in just a second. See you guys soon. Cheers.
Let's go.
What do you do with yours? I do unlimited football content.
Well, I do unlimited bragging.
Well, I do unlimited swiping right.
Well, I do unlimited doom scrolling.
Well, I do unlimited sliding into the DMs.
Well, I do watching TikTok on the bus without headphones unlimited.
Oh, God.